All right, so what we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna basically make this house like a little birdhouse kind of thing. But I need to set my triangle up like this one that's over here. So we're gonna use that as our reference. The first thing I need to do is find the halfway point between one of these. So I'm gonna grab my pen tool and I'm just gonna go ahead and draw one line here, making sure, let's zoom in. Oops. Making sure we are really kind of hitting on that point, which is right there. And now I'm going to duplicate another one all the way across until it locks into place. I'm going to hold, or I'm going to get W for the blend tool. We're going to click once, shift click, and click again. Now that's already set up for me. If it's not, double click on this, change to specific steps and choose one. Now I have my individual, or the middle of the line, which is great. Now I'm going to go to View, Guides, and I'm gonna actually, they're already unlocked. If they weren't, if they're locked, go here and do Unlock Guides. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this guide, right? You see I can move it. I'm gonna hold Option so I can duplicate it and get it right on that new line that's there. And now I have my halfway point. And now I can just actually get rid of these. To lock the guides back up, it's Command Option colon or Control Alt colon, if you're on a PC. So the next thing we need to do is we need to draw our triangle. So we're going to go to that point there, make sure it says intersect. We're going to go down this half, down one, and then all the way down to this one. So it's basically 2.5, right? Make sure we get intersect, and we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, go down to intersect, and then back here to finish that shape up. All right. So that's the first start of our triangle. We're going to lock that, Command 2. I'm going to grab the pen tool. I'm just going to get it with something that's a little bit different, just so I can see it. I'm going to make sure we get right intersecting here and here. And I'm now going to take that point and scoot it along down here. Right, we're going to make sure we line this up. Right, intersect, there we go. I'm now going to select the point at the top and the point here and do Command J and I'll join it. Select the bottom and do Command J and it'll join it. And I'm just going to switch this color, Shift X to switch it. I'm going to sample this color and just make it slightly darker. Right, so great. So now we have this, and now it's kind of perfectly lined up. What I want to do is that we're going to actually make that roof bigger so it looks like it's kind of like, you know, an overhang that's there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that roof. At this point, we don't necessarily need the grid actually to see how big this is. I'm just going to visually do it to make sense. Something like that. But I am going to pull another guide. Right, so make sure we unlock those. Oops. Grab the white arrow tool, click and drag and hold Option to duplicate. So now we have, this is the point where it's going to go down. We'll lock those guides back up again from here. I'm going to grab, what am I going to grab? I'm going to grab a darker color. Let's just choose black for right now. So now what I'm going to do is, before we do that, right? So I'm going to take this, I need the same angle. A real easy way to do it, I find, is to take this whole shape and we're actually going to rotate it. I'm going to hold down R for rotate, hold down Option key, click right on that corner path, hold that, and I'm going to do 157. Now, that works out in most cases. Depends on your roof. If you followed exactly, 157 works. If not, just play with those numbers so you get a nice even space between here. I'm going to do copy. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut here, and I'm actually going to follow exactly where I have this line that I made right here till it says intersect and cut. And then I should be able to then select this shape and delete it. And all I want is this line that's here. Right? So now that I have this line, click on it with the pen tool, click back in to here. We're going to click up to the top to make sure we follow that same line, all the way back here, up here, down here, and then close out the shape. And then we're going to make that darker. And then here's where the magic is. We're going to send this to the back. Ta-da! And now we have our overhang. Now from here, you can do the rest of the house if you want. Let's bring this back up. And I'm, again, just going to kind of draw out a box. I'm going to grab these points right here, right here. I just want to take this and see, all right, that's why. So that's a really good shortcut that I just did. It's Command 3. It just hides your layer, and you can do Command Shift 3 to bring it, or Command Option 3 to bring it back. Right, so we're making sure that when we're doing this, that we want to make sure we follow that line, right? I don't know what I was doing. Okay, so now we got it. We're going to send this to the back. I'm going to sample this color. And I'm just going to make, actually, you know what? I'm going to make, we can do that. So now that's the front, and then you're just drawing the back, and then we're done. Now, if you wanted to put on like other things in here, if you wanted to put roof or another texture, it's the same thing. I could kind of grab this. Let's just kind of do this. Cut and cut. I have this. Let's give it a stroke. Yikes. Let's give it a stroke. Let's change its color. Let's do this roof color back here. Right, that should be following right on here. And let's just, that stroke is too big. And we can scale it, right? We can do the scale tool, and I'm just going to scale it. I don't know. Let's do 87%. It's here, right? And then you could kind of, if you wanted to move this along like this, right? And then there's that texture that's there. So anyway, so you can then kind of do that out and do all sorts of things with this roof structure that's there. So that is dealing with the roof structure at doing something that's on using a triangle as the angle.